Hi, I'm Kitty Sanders. I'm a master gardener, and I spend a lot of my time here at the Butterfly House at the Botanical Garden of the Ozarks, which is the only butterfly house in Arkansas. One of our main goals here is to try to help people understand the kinds of plants that they can place in their gardens so that they can attract native butterflies. And so that's what I want to share with you today. When you're considering flowers, not all flowers are butterfly magnets, but some are, and they have generally a particular shape. They have a landing pad because butterflies have to sit to nectar for the most part. They have a broad cluster like these so that they can just move around from flower to flower. There are some spiky plants that are also good for butterflies. If you notice, I'm also holding a vase of very bright flowers. Butterflies don't go to white and yellow as much, the softer pastels. They really are drawn into the the brighter colors in the color spectrum. It's important too to get as close to native as you can. A number of these flowers that have been hybridized a lot don't offer much nectar to butterflies. Sometimes they're configured in such a way that the butterfly can't even get to the nectar, like the pom-pom coneflowers. Other things to consider with your color is to mask colors together. Butterflies see differently than we do, and it helps them to be able to locate it, and it's easier then for them to go from flower to flower to nectar. Differing heights are important. Butterflies nectar at different heights. I didn't know this before. But spicebush will nectar really low. A good one for that is petcoa, which is a cross between the petunia and the calabricoa. Rose verbena grows low. Others in the medium range are coneflowers, or some of the zinnias are good at that height. Tall plants like Joe Pyeweed are really good for tiger swallowtails that nectar up way high. There are other considerations. You should plant things so that you have something blooming all 3 seasons, spring through fall, because different butterflies show up at different times, so it's important to have nectar at all times. You can use shrubs. There are flowering shrubs that are very good for butterflies, like New Jersey tea and some of the flowering trees also. The most important thing, though, that I want to convey is that it's really important to have what we call host plants. This is baby food, the caterpillar food. And lots of people think if I plant flowers, I'm doing a great job for butterflies. Well, you're certainly helping, but more importantly, you've got to get those caterpillars fed, and they're very picky about what they eat. Most can only eat 1 or 2 kinds of plant, so it's important to have those. This rue, for example, is good for the giant swallowtail. Black swallowtails use more than many. They'll use parsley, dill, and bronze fennel. Pipe vines will only use pipe vine. It's important to get the native. The tropical one is poisonous and they won't live on it. Another fun plant is the spicebush, and it's a low understory tree, and it's one of only 2 plants that the spicebush swallowtail will use. Milkweed is a wonderful plant because it's not only what's important for the monarchs, but as a pollinator plant, it is one of the best nectar plants that there are. So in closing, I'd just like to say that we hope you'll consider adding some of these things to your gardens, even if it's in your vegetable garden, and you can help not only butterflies, but pollinators in general.